Hello, my name's Mackenzie Erie, and the topic I chose for my class activity project was gender stereotypes. I think it's important for students in late middle school, early high school to learn about gender stereotypes for a plethora of reasons. Firstly, gender stereotypes can affect how people feel about themselves, and it can also affect how we relate to other people. Overall, students should learn about gender stereotypes in order to understand its influence on society. Not something that students have discussed a lot in the classroom, at least up to this point. With knowledge about gender stereotypes, students will have the ability to speak out against them and deflect them. So the goal of this lesson is for students to become informed about stereotypes and gender norms, but also be able to combat them. So the purpose of this class activity is to address the gender stereotypes and encourage students to do their own critical thinking about culturally inherited stereotypes based on gender. By the end of the lesson, there are 3 lesson goals here. Number 1, students should be able to discuss characteristics of stereotypes for both men and women because they're very different. 2, they should be able to identify ways in which students' lives have been affected by these stereotypes. So this brings in that social component or the personal component, whereas the society and stereotypes for men and women would be the social. And then identifies ways in which stereotypes are related to violence would be number 3. So with this class activity, we are trying to gear students to be knowledgeable about the content. We want them to understand what gender stereotypes are and what effect they have on people, ourselves, and society. Secondly, with the personal aspect, we want students to be confident enough to be able to explain these kinds of tricky concepts in society. In addition, we want students to understand how stereotypes can affect them personally. Number 3 would be the content, and that would be how stereotypes and violence are correlated. I'm super excited about this lesson plan activity. I think it goes really hand in hand with my career aspirations and wanting social justice for students and for people everywhere. I think that right now in our society, gender norms and gender stereotypes is a great topic to talk about with these students to have them well versed when they come into the real world. Thank you for your time.